Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rayna, and if you are new here,
first off, welcome.
Rain Gang, welcome back, sis, for another video. Okay, we're gonna sit here and be vulnerable. We're gonna sit here and be vulnerable. We're gonna sit here and be vulnerable. Just leaves like a nasty taste in my mouth. But anyway, I need to make this video, all right? And with hopes to tell you a little bit more about myself and hopefully help someone, just one person. I know we all say that, but if I could just touch one person, amen. So yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, first of all, I may joke here and there because that's just me, that's my style, that's how I cope. And if I'm being honest, I'm really trying not to get emotional and cry or nothing like that, because then I got to edit myself crying, and I don't really want to do that. Okay, I really don't, because I'm gonna leave it in there. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Okay, I'm sorry. See, you see. Okay, I'm gonna get to the story. So I wanted to make this video because I kind of fell back from YouTube a little bit, and fell back mean like it ain't been no year. It's just been some time. Typically, I upload once a week, sometimes more than that. Maybe once every 2 weeks. But I think I've let a couple months go by. I'm not even sure. I haven't even checked. Okay. And I kind of just silently took a break without, making an announcement, because that's just not how I do anyway. But I felt like y'all deserved, just to kind of see where I am mentally, because I believe most of y'all care, and it kind of sucks if people just fall off with no explanation. And it's so funny because I'm the type of person I am team it ain't nobody business. Okay, that's how I am. I always said, like, if I was a celebrity and something happened that's personal in my life, I don't feel the need that everybody has to know. That's just me. But I feel like this could be helpful to somebody, and I feel like I owe y'all this, I think. Anyway, let me get my thoughts. I didn't make no notes. This is just we just have to be vulnerable. Just to back up real quick, I started my YouTube channel in 2010-ish, I think. Started making hair videos, and I was doing like roller sets, and I was doing like makeup and stuff, my little 1-bedroom apartment. And then somebody found me that I knew and told me that they found my YouTube, and I was like, what? Mm-mm. So I deleted my channel. Stupid. I was graduating college, newly married, new mom, and I could not find a job to save my life. Like, never used my degree to this day. I was out with some friends, and they really, really encouraged me to start something in natural hair, because I've just always been a hair person. And at the time, blogs were huge. And so I'm like, I guess I can start a blog. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's not like I have a job to get to that requires me to clock in, even though, motherhood requires you to clock in, but you know what I mean. I started a blog. I didn't really put much thought into it. I just chose Happy Curl Happy Girl, because I'm like, in my mind, if your hair is happy, you're happy. Stupid. And yeah, so that's why we're here. But anyway, so I started my blog, and everything was taking off. I got back on YouTube, got on Instagram, page was growing. I came in at the perfect time. I didn't really have to work super, super hard to grow, because it was so new and it wasn't a lot of us doing things. So I've always been inconsistently consistent. Does that make sense? Probably not. That's just kind of been life. And then culture and the industry shifted. And now, it's such a saturated thing. Everybody's trying to be an influencer. People were making videos in 2017, 2018, coming in hot, trying to, go viral, do this. They were hungry, but that just wasn't my ministry, because I was already in it. And I've been full-time for maybe 8 years. I don't even know. Okay. But I'm grateful for that, because, it's always been a struggle behind closed doors. It's been a struggle to remain authentic, but still be smart business-wise. To remain authentic, but to still pivot. To still be authentic, but to just keep up without being trendy and all this other stuff. But y'all, I have struggled. And I've asked myself, and I've questioned, why am I here? Like, why am I here? Why am I here? Like, why did God, I feel like Beyonce, like, why did God give me this life? Okay, this is hard for me, y'all. So seriously, it was just like, why? When I tell y'all, I came at the right time on YouTube to where I was able to grow. Not saying it didn't require, hard work, but had I started now or in 2018 or whatever, it would have been hard work. Like I would have had to post every day. I would have had to do A, B, and C to stand out and to, grow. But I came in at the right time. God like just opened the doors for me. And I got, subscribers and a following and, an amazing community such as y'all. And then Instagram took off. And I was still like inconsistently consistent. Like, and then TikTok, y'all, 2020, we at home trying to survive in quarantine. And I'm like, let's have fun with it. Like, it looks dumb. I'm not going to be up there dancing like these other people, but let's have fun. One video I do goes viral, 200,000 followers. I ain't even put nothing out. Like, I would put stuff out, but it would just be funny stuff. Like, and then when TikTok really like became what it is now, I had to stop posting. I don't even really post that much over there like I should. I say all that to say, I was wondering like, why would God give me platforms like this? What is it about me that deserves to have these multiple platforms? I'm confusion. I'm sorry. Because y'all, I'm over here struggling, God, and you didn't gave me all these people. I'm trying to find the balance of being authentic, remaining myself, but still being smart in the business aspect. And everything had became so business minded and it should, but I was losing a huge chunk of myself. I realized that I was masking a lot. I was masking God. I was masking a lot about myself and triggering that people pleasing part of me that most of us have. And so everything became a trigger. Everything became a trigger. It was affecting me emotionally and mentally. In therapy, I learned that I'm a highly sensitive person, which means I feel things. I can peep energies. I'm very cautious. I've said this before with who I watch, who I listen to, who I surround myself with, because it really affects me internally. It really affects me emotionally. And so that's why I don't really, watch a lot of YouTube, or I don't talk to everybody. And it's not like a snooty thing. It's not anything like that. But that's part of that was also me protecting myself. And so I wouldn't allow myself to get close to people. I wouldn't allow myself to be anything other than private. I wouldn't allow myself to be vulnerable. Like, I wouldn't allow that. But a part of me needed to do that, and it needed to be that. But because I was so fearful of being heard or being misunderstood, because that's a huge thing for me, being misunderstood. Like, y'all, I was masking so much. And I look back and I'm like, wow, I hindered my growth because I was so concerned about not showing too much and not saying too much and not doing too much. And I was masking myself. And with me masking myself, I was masking God. Because I was so scared that if I talked about God too much, then people would fall off, or people would expect me to be like this saying that I gotta cuss you out because I'm not. Like, it's masking so much of me. I remember there's been times where, I'm churchy. I grew up in church. I'm a PK. Like, that's all. Jesus is all I know. I married a PK. Like, we literally are church kids, sang in the choir. Still attend church every single Sunday, and I work in media. Like, that's been my life for all of my entire life. But in my career, I was like, I can't be too much of this, because how am I going to grow? Like, God isn't already in control. but I digress. Which is kind of, all these emotions were just piling onto me, and I started to get very sad because I'm like, I don't want to fake. Like, I am team, like, I don't want to fake anything. And I found myself doing that. The people pleaser in me found myself doing that. And it, like I said, it became a trigger and a trigger and a trigger. And so I remember somebody told me on YouTube, and this has been multiple times, where because I'm goofy and I'm churchy and I may pretend to be like speaking in tongues or whatever, like just having fun. People have came for me for that. And then I would like kind of be like, okay, maybe I'm being too goofy, or maybe I'm being too churchy, or I don't know, like someone commented on the way that I speak. And I'm like, well, I've code switched for a long periodically time. Like, I'm about to be me. Like, this is who I am. I'm not gonna fake the funk. But then I started faking the funk. What?
Stupid.
Triggering. And as someone who is trying to get away from people pleasing, it was constantly becoming the people pleaser that I can't stand, was being activated, okay, in me. And y'all, it was a lot of stress on my mental health. And then I think that it was so much stress on my mental health because I was masking God. And I wasn't, and I say I was hiding him, but I was just very cautious with how much I was going to share. And I remember I was like, okay, I made the last video of like my gospel playlist, which I've made before years prior. I think about a few times where I've done a gospel playlist. But this time I was like, I stopped listening to secular music because of blah, blah, blah. And I want to share this playlist. And I remember somebody left a comment. I don't even know if it's still up. I don't even be reading comments like that anymore. It's just this person left a comment and was like, I unfollow because of blah, 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 blah. And then that was a trigger. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm one of those people. My time is very precious to me. So I'm not going to sit there and write paragraphs to you unless I really, 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 really want to. And I've been blessed enough to not have any like trolls. Like, of course, I've had trolls, but not like a gang of trolls coming for me. But that comment, that hit hard for me because I was already wrestling with the fact that I was masking who God is in my life. Yes, I would say this and I would show y'all I'm at church or whatever on Instagram, on my, on my platforms. Ooh, child, sitting on this floor is not fun. Oh, amen. On YouTube, I was really masking it. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to start to be free and just, if I want to talk about God for an entire video, that's what I'm going to do. Then I saw that and I shut down. And I've been shutting down for a long time. Of everything that I already listed, I've shut down. And I don't want to do that no more. I'm old. Y'all understand? I'm going to be entering into my 40s very soon. So it was taking a toll on my mental health. And I don't think people really realize it until you're in it. How constant opinions and constant engagement with people. As someone who's very introverted, I'm introverted. I can be a little shy and reserved, but I'm also really, really goofy. It just depends on who I'm with. I read the room, whatever. If you follow me on Instagram, like, it probably takes me like 7 to 10 business days to get back to somebody in DM, just because like I got text, I got email, I got YouTube, I got TikTok, I got Instagram, I got DMs. It's a lot for one person. I don't have a team. I have management, but I don't have a team. This is all me trying to show up. And so it can be it could be a lot. And if anybody knows, over on the YouTube, amen, y'all are different. Not y'all, the other people. They're different with their comments. And I don't think people really realize the effect that it can leave on a creator. And yes, we want you to speak your mind. We want you to do A, B, and C. But at the same time, it's like sometimes people just be a little too comfortable and too critical and too opinionated and too just just a lot. And we have to sit there and be very mindful of how we respond. And that ministry, I'm still going in and out of that ministry. So it's hard for me to make sure that I'm Christ-like, but still let you know that Rayna will Rayna. You gotta just watch how you talk to me. Amen. Watch how you talk to me. Somebody else had compared me to another influencer. And then that bothered me because I'm like, and this is me being super, super transparent if you have not figured out already. I don't want to be like nobody else. But I try so hard to remain me. And I'm in like this bubble that I don't even be noticing half the stuff. Like, it's been a struggle mentally. And then I realized, like, I was walking in fear. Like, Rayna, you're walking in fear. And we already know that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So what's the problem? Like, all of these thoughts and all of these triggers and all of these things over years was just piling up and piling up. And I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to be a good mom to a teenager. Hello, to a teenager, a teen daughter. Okay, pray for me. Trying to be a good wife, trying to show up in this, trying to be a good friend, a good sister, a good daughter. And a lot of it was just taking a toll on me. And I was having this conversation with my best friend, and she had mentioned, she said, you know, we're older millennials. We didn't grow up like sharing as much as maybe the younger generation does. Like, we grew up, don't talk to no strangers. We didn't have no social media. We wouldn't do that. Like, we didn't have no Ring cameras. We didn't have no air tags and stuff. We was for real, like, and I bless God for that. Amen. Because listen, if my mama had a Ring camera, if my daddy had a Ring camera, do you understand, saints? If they had a Ring camera where my child, I track her. Amen. I didn't have that. I should have. Anyway, that's not the point. Stay focused. Where was I going with this? You know, we didn't grow up like that. And so I really believe that it's harder for like the 35 and up crowd to really be vulnerable in front of strangers and to share things in front of strangers and to, you know, we didn't grow up like everybody else that's like younger than us. And I struggled because it's like you want to share so that you're relatable, you know, and you want to give people bits of your personality because y'all know I got me a personality. That's always been me. It's been me. It's always been me. I'm goofy. That's just who I am. I'm churchy. That's who I am. I love the Lord. That is who I am. Don't want to change that about me. So I was trying to find the balance. Like, how do I share but still keep my privacy? How do I share but not mask God? How do I share but still remain authentic? Because after a while, it becomes a performance. After a while, you know how to edit things out. Amen. After a while, you know what to say. Amen. You know people be knowing what to say. They be knowing what to say. Amen. Amen. Like I used to say, amen. And so I was just like, I don't want to perform, but I still have to be smart because this is my business. This is how I pay my bills and blah, blah, blah. Y'all, all of these thoughts were caving in. I just shut down. The type of person I will shut down. I'm like, I've come too far by faith, leaning on the Lord for me to be shutting down like this. Okay, this is my money as well. And so I struggled. I hope I'm making sense. But I don't want to walk in fear anymore. I don't. I've always been authentic, but I've masked different parts of myself out of fear. You know, I want to make sure that I wasn't discounted because I'm about to be 40. Like, you know, your girl got one more year left. Okay, we hitting 39 in a few months. I didn't want to be discounted because I'm not the toddler mom. I feel like that's the thing. Like, I got a teenager. Like, that's my life. I didn't want to be discounted because I love God and I talk about God and I'm churchy and I go to church and I talk about the goodness of Jesus and all this other. I don't want to be discounted for being me. They want to be discounted because I don't care to do other niches. Like, natural hair is just for me. Like, I don't care to give you a room tour and a house tour. That's just not me as of now, unless God sees fit. And I'm so glad my girl Jess, only one Jess, I love her. Never met her before, but that is a vlog that I will not miss. And if I miss it, I just didn't catch it. But I don't miss her vlogs. She was talking about comparison. And I feel like a lot of us don't talk about it. And I felt like I was being so fake. I was being so fake because I was telling people not to compare because comparison's a thief of joy. No, don't compare. But I was comparing. What? That's what I mean. Like, I think I was talking to myself while I'm talking to y'all. And she was talking about how you see people in your industry doing things and you're like, when is it going to be me? And I felt that way. And then I felt like it was my fault that it wasn't me because I was masking myself. And I'm like, oh, had I shown this part of my life, had I said this, had I cried on camera, you can't really see my tears. Anyway, had I did this, had I did that, instead of being so private and just putting this wall up, I would have did this and did that. And then a part of me is like, but you don't want to do that. Y'all, my mind, my brain, pray for me. Because a part of me, I don't have the same desires as a lot of other influencers. I don't want to say a lot, but the ones that I have followed, that they may have. I don't care to be on a panel. I've turned those down. I don't care to speak at this place. I've turned those down. I don't care to take a trip with 10 people. I've turned that down. Events, I barely be going, but then a part of me was like, are you blocking your blessing because you're not doing these things? Are you not doing these things because you're fearful? Are you not doing these things because you're not securing? It's like, what is it? Huh? What is it? Been years to where I got to a point to where I'm like, I don't even know. I went through that and I'm like, oh my God, I'm too old to be comparing. Like, what am I comparing myself to? Like, the people that we're comparing myself to, I'm nothing like. So I'm like, why am I comparing myself to somebody who's this aesthetic girl and this and that? And it's like, it's just not me. And I got to be okay with that. And then you'll come across a post of someone who's like, a strategist for social media. And it's like, you should be aesthetically pleasing for your audience. And you're like, which one is it? I'm telling you, when you're a creator and in 2023 and you have platforms, you got to be strong mentally, okay? You have to be strong mentally. You got to know who you are and you have to be smart in your pivot, okay? I was so concerned about the wrong things. I just wanted to help. That has been the reason why I started. I wanted to help because I know how it felt to be that little black girl who didn't like the way they looked, who didn't like their skin, who didn't like their hair. And then coming out of that from like pressing my hair for years, trying to fit in here and trying to fit in there and people please there. I was like, I want to help other people. I know I'm not the only person who feels this way. Y'all, I hope I'm making sense. It's just so much that I'm probably not even saying. I'm probably going to be pissed when I edit this, but I'm just letting it flow. But I just wanted to help. That's all I wanted to do. And I really, really wanted to remain me. And I feel like I kind of lost that some years ago because I was masking so much. And I think the most hurtful thing is the fact that I was masking God because he's done so much for me. Like, he's done so much for me. I've been so blessed. It's like I'm hiding someone that I love. And for other people, sitting over here, people pleasing. So that's the hurtful part. And that's the part where I'm just like, I can't do that anymore. I can't walk in fear. I can't be so concerned. Who may think I'm doing too much or talking about God too much or whatever. I can't. Life is too short. I'm gonna leave my crying in here. Okay. I'm not fitting. Y'all, I don't even care. Okay. I just wanted to make this video for anybody who may be in my shoes, whether you're like a creator or just anybody, to not walk in fear and to truly believe the things that we all say, that what's for you is for you. Who is for you is for you. And if you're a believer like me, to know that God is not giving you the spirit of fear. Those cliches are real life for real. To be yourself, real life for real. Be authentic, be real life for real. Don't compare real life for real. Like all the things that we hear. Truly own that and truly walk in that. If you have the desire to be a creator, post your stuff. I really want to say something else, but okay. I wouldn't post stuff because I wasn't walking in fear. I want to vlog. I want to share more, but I don't want to be too sharey. You know, I don't want to be too vulnerable. So I stopped vlogging. Like, I was walking in fear. And so I felt this tug that I need to make this video to help other people, or just one person, that vulnerability is not a weakness. Vulnerability is strength. And when you're vulnerable, you're helping other people. And then again, not to walk in fear. You have to do what it is that God has called you to do. If God has called you to talk about solely Him, just know that He has you. He's going to provide. He's going to open doors. He's going to close doors. He's going to put you in rooms that you never, ever imagined. And even when I was masking Him, He still provided. He still put me in rooms I never imagined. I got a chance to meet some of the people that I have admired for years. I've got a chance to be in rooms. I've got a chance to work with brands who saw me when I wasn't even really seeing me. God still was like, I got you. I want you to know that God has you. And if you don't know Him and you have that desire to get to know Him, you got to get to know Him. Until you get that relationship with God, it's the same thing as you're dating somebody. I mean, this maybe ain't the best analogy. You don't really fall in love with them until you start spending time with them. You don't really get to know them until you start spending time with them and you realize who they are, the type of person that they are. And then now you're more intrigued. Your love has grown. Your desire to be around them has grown. That's what it is with God. If you're someone who's like me, who's like an older millennial, and you don't feel like you quite fit in, you do. There's room for you, okay? I learned that the hard way. There is room for you. There is a community for you. And I don't know. I think I'm done. I don't want this to be a super long video, but that was why I fell off a little bit. And I wanted to share that because, listen, my facial expressions show. Amen. And I don't like to fake nothing. Y'all know I can't lie that well. Y'all know. So I knew it was going to show in my energy. I knew it was going to show in my face. And I didn't want that. So I'm like, let me just make this video and be honest with y'all because I don't like to be vulnerable. I like to be that. But sometimes that is needed. Don't walk in fear. We're about to enter a new year. And if you've been fearful to do whatever, putting that channel up, you've been fearful to start that new job, to apply to that new job, if you've been fearful to follow your dreams, if you've been fearful to step out on faith, if you've been fearful to follow through on your vision, if you've been fearful to do anything, just know that God didn't give you that. So you're walking in something that had nothing to do with God. The world needs you. And I had to keep telling myself that because the enemy had made me believe that I was insignificant in this industry. And I started to believe that I really didn't have any significance. And that's a lie. And if you're feeling that way, it's a lie. It's a lie. We need you. The world needs you to be you. Hello? With all that being said, y'all, because my butt is hurting, okay? And I got to be me, okay? Like, y'all think you knew me? You don't. I want to start vlogging, incorporating more of me because I had stopped doing that because people pleaser in me and got triggered and stuff. I want to start vlogging more. I'm not leaving natural hair at all, y'all. Like, this is my thing. Like, if I'm be the only one still doing natural hair, I'm be the only one still doing natural hair, okay? God's going to provide a way, period. I'm not going to hold back my goofiness, okay? Like, I know y'all think like you're already goofy. No. Just you wait. I want to share about motherhood. You know, I'm going to have a 16-year-old next year. Ooh, I want to share the things that I've learned. You know, a lot of people have smaller kids. I wish somebody would have shared with me the things that I'm learning now, having a teenager. I've been married a very long periodically time. I would love to share that, things that I've learned. I'm not even 40 yet, and your girl has almost been married for 16 years. My God. My God. My God. I don't even know how that happened. Ain't nothing but the grace of God. I have a lot more to give, but I had to stop walking in fear and walking in fear of being vulnerable. And I had to remember why I started this was to help somebody. So if I can help, I would love to help. That's just me. But I thank y'all for listening. I feel like I'm talking your ear off now. I can't believe I cried on camera and I'm going to leave it in there. I'm just reminding myself editing this. I'm going to leave it in because it was genuine. Okay, like it is what it is. Crying on camera. I don't know. I got to wait until I sit down and edit. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I say it a lot over on Instagram because I'm always active over there. For really, really, really loving on me and accepting me for who I am, because I'm just not like everyone else. Like, people may emulate, okay, but they can't be me. Okay. Amen. Amen. Turn to your neighbor and say they may emulate. I'm just joking. Yeah, that's it, y'all. I love y'all. It's late. I need to go to bed. And I want to share more of my fitness journey. I share a lot of that over on Instagram. So I would love to stop walking in fear when it comes to that. Oh, y'all, we're not gonna go back. Walking in fear when it came to everything. We're not doing that anymore. I did film a video on a new product that I can't wait to share with you guys. So that will probably be the next video after this. And then after that, we're gonna switch it up. We're walking into 2024 whole and healed, okay? Because life is short. So yeah, I love y'all. And I if I could hug y'all, I would. That's all I gotta say. I was vulnerable, y'all. That's crazy.